And we are live. Hey, Mike, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Awesome. All right. Just a quick introduction, and I'll hand it over to Mike after that. I'm Mark Morgan. I am behind the Morgan 3D, sponsoring the live stream for us here on our Kubota Olympus rally presented by Dirtfish. That's a tongue twister for us even. So, but just want to thank everybody for joining us and all. We are trying something different here. We have a combined of multiple cameras coming into one feed. You can see right now we've got Wildcat 1, Wildcat Spectator, and Wildcat 3, as well as myself as M3D there. So as we see cars coming, and that we'll try to focus in on those different ones. Wildcat 1 being the first, and that. And I'll let Mike explain where that's at. And then we'll have Spectator, and then I have one more camera, the Wildcat 3, that is after Spectator. So hopefully we'll be able to capture the different cameras as they go, different cars as they go through on the different cameras. And so we'll be trying this a few different times, a few different ways over the weekend. With that, I'd like to introduce Mr. Mike Shaw. You've already seen him earlier today at Park Expose. We'll give him a little ability to talk here and that, but we got a long night here, so don't worry yourself out, Mike.
Yeah, Mike on the mic is going to get a little worn out after a bit. But yes, I am here at the Taylor Station Spectator spot, located at, well, I guess if you go on the website and you go to the Olympus Rally website, you can find the Spectator guide and you can find your way out here. But Taylor Station, one of our wonderful sponsors of the event. And there's some awesome spectators all hanging out around here. All right in the trees. All the way around to this corner down here. And the keeps just going on, actually. There's actually a really long section that the spectators can watch. So where I've got it the camera focused right now is a hairpin. So the cars will be coming into that hairpin. There's like what we call a delta here. There's another little side road where the cars normally would kind of come through, but they actually go around the outside and hit a sharper corner. And they'll be just coming out of that, where I'll catch them. And they'll be coming by from that and then coming around this other corner. So then we have camera 1, or Wildcat 1, and that's Aaron. Aaron, say hi.
That's right. It's Aaron. Hi, everybody.
Now, your spot, you're in a big clearing there.
I'll pan here for
and as you can see, yeah, this covers a big, long area. He'll be able to see the cars for a long time. So what we're hoping to do is focus on one. We got a good shot of a car, but if we got cars in multiple spots, we'll show multiple cameras at once.
Yep, and I'll be able to change view as we go throughout here. I'll do a few changes here now. In fact, let's see here. We got something like this. We can bring some other ones around. There's some different options.
You know what I forgot to do is go grab my ham radio, because I can hear other goings on of what's going on. I did hear that the first car has started. Awesome. With the 8 cars in the seated draw. First car on the course is WRC driver Jari-Matti Latvala. He's actually the team principal of the TRG, Toyota Gazoo Racing. So he'll be the first car we see. Now, locations that we're at actually in the stage. Aaron, the first camera, he's actually 11 miles into the stage. There's too much canopy and forested sections in the very beginning that we can't get a Starlink single. So the first opportunity to really see the cars is where Aaron's at. I'm about a mile from him at the Spectator. So it's about the 12.5 mile mark. And I believe, Mark, you're what, another 1.5 miles from me?
Yep, about that.
That kind of gives you some location information. As far as the way the stage, looks and feels, the beginning part of it is very narrow, very hard packed. Still damp because it's covered in the trees, hadn't gotten to dry out as much. And then it gets really narrow. You got a bunch of elevation change and several hairpins through there. About the 6 or 7 mile mark, there's almost like a roller coaster section where it goes steep uphill, then steep downhill again. There's even one double caution for an off-camber corner. And there's also some very loose gravel out there. You probably heard some comments about that in the Park Expo. So that's all before they get to Wildcat 1 camera. So they have to survive that to make it out to the more open sections where we are. And that's where it gets just that much faster. And then past you, Mark, I believe this stage rises up again after being kind of on this flat, kind of intersections with other roads. It's kind of 90 rights, 90 left, and some of these deltas. After that, it starts to rise up again to another crest before they head out towards the finish. I think it's about like the last 2 miles. All right, I'm just going to get that ham radio. Here it's going up.
I think I hear spectators talking.
Yep, lots of spectators here. I know my radio. Radios are always great to listen in on.
Hey, Aaron, that camera angle is better there.
You got it.
An odd problem in Washington, too much sun.
4, 7, 5, 4, 0.
So that very excited voice is Ed Flazik. He is our spectator captain extraordinaire. He really makes these events extra fun. They're fun by themselves, but he just adds a little extra flavor.
Hey, Mike, there's a question. Just how curious how well the is attended in that for today's in that Lake Park and the spectator. Would you say it's fairly well attended?
I would say right now, let's see here. In my view right here, probably got a good 100 people. On the other side, there's got to be another probably 150. And I can't see around the corner where there's even more people that can be. So yeah, I'd say we got a good few hundred.
Well, that's very cool.
All right, so we did hear that car 199 has started. So that's the 4th car. So there is 2 minutes between each of the top cars. So if you notice nothing happens for a little bit, that's because it's intentional for those top 8. After that, it'll be 1 minute per car. Now remember with stage rallying, it's about going against the clock. So each car runs one at a time. and they try and get the fastest time to the finish. And that's accumulated time throughout the entire weekend to decide the winner.
Somebody says they missed your podcast, Mike. Maybe you need to bring it back.
I do want to bring it back. Day job has gotten a little busy. Yeah, every time I come and do a park expose and start talking to all the drivers, like, I want to talk longer. I got to do this podcast thing again.
Mike wants to
We
talk
were doing
longer.
podcasts before they were popular, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny to think of how like everybody that knows his brother has a podcast now. Other notes that I did write down some extra notes on our stage here. There we go. The big uphill hairpins were about 4 miles in, and at 4.5 miles went it to the roller coaster section. That was fun to drive, even if you're doing it at recce speeds. Right near the start, there's a really, really sharp uphill acute right turn. And that's going to be a big challenge for those with less power or those that have a big distance between like their first and second gear. Because it's really tough to do a sharp turn with uphill climb. Ooh, we're hearing Yari is stopped on stage.
I'm not sure if that's true or if that's just rally safe.
It might be rally safe. That's the problem, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember, that thing's still getting the signal through the trees and all that stuff with the GPS.
Somebody in chat did say Semenuk won stage 1
Ooh,
by
spicy.
4 seconds.
I think if rally safe is right, he might be getting close to you now. Aaron?
No sounds. Well, yes, I think I'm starting to hear a little bit in the distance now.
Can you tip down just a little bit? You got the sun peeking in.
Yep.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Here it is.
Sweeping the road clear.
Yep. We're watching on you now.
Apologies for the sun glare, folks. Should
Mike.
dip behind the
Hear
trees here
something, let me
soon.
know.
And 4 will do.
Everybody was saying this morning that he got to test the Corolla RC2 at multiple places across the country. And when they told him he could do 1 or 2 of the events, first thing he picked was here at Olympus.
Nice. We've been around a while.
The history was definitely a part of it. If you have followed Jari-Matti Latvala, he's actually a historic rally champion. He loves the history of rallying.
Has his own
Here he
museum,
comes.
it sounds like.
I'm going to shut up so you can hear car sounds. That was very not slow. Question of the day is, will they get to Mark first or to Aaron with the next car, which can be Ricardo Cordero? Cordero won Oregon Trail 2 years ago, I think it was. Or was it last year? It was 2 years ago when Travis and Brandon took they both hit a rock and went out. But definitely fast in one of those Rally 2s.
I'm muting myself so we can hear.
Yeah.
But Aaron, if you hear the car, holler.
I've got a car now.
You already got to me first, so we got a little overlap there.
Almost need to split screen it.
Yeah, I've got 3 up at once. Let's see.
We are getting a little dust.
I would agree with that. Getting my minerals. Looks like also there's no wind, which means the dust is going to hang in the trees a little bit.
It
So
is
normally
hanging.
starting later is an advantage because you want the road swept in front of you. But the downside is, as cars go through, the hanging dust can affect your vision. Especially when it gets darker tonight. When they're using their headlights, it's almost like fog with the dust.
I'm back.
Hobby that just went by you. And I've got Cordero coming this way. If Hobby went by you already, that tells me that he's probably catching.
It seemed like he was pushing. Had a good pace.
Actually, those at home, if you're using just a little stopwatch, you can pick a point when they pass our camera and hit a stopwatch. And then when the next car comes by, hit the stopwatch button again. And you'll see if it was 2 minutes or less than 2 minutes or more than 2 minutes. So if it's less than 2 minutes, it's catching the car in front. If it's more than 2 minutes, then they're losing time to the car in front. Here's Javier Oliveras and KJ Miller Car number 192. And another one of the Rally 2s. This one a Ford.
And I have another car. It's Travis.
That was me blowing dust off my phone. You may
Guys,
periodically
I'm
see
saying-
the finger, which is me wiping the lenses.
I was going to say, this is a good opportunity.
It's not that I'm
I'll do
giving you the
same.
finger.
Guys, I'm gonna be off, so we see the stages. It comes up as 3 nice ones, and I think people will probably like that.
Sounds good.
I'm good with that. What I love about being out here in the woods, I can still hear the cars in the distance.
One of the best sounds.
It's even better at night.
Can't wait.
Pastrana!
We just had a car stop literally right in front of me.
So don't go on stage. I can't see the number on it. What's the number on that car? 192.
192 is Javier Oliveras.
Start 14.
He is stopped right in front of me right now.
Javier Oliveras is
Yeah.
stopped. Did he pull
That's
off in
too
your
bad.
section then?
And the co-driver is out.
KJ Miller?
Yep. Nothing wrong with the car, looks like, but I think he might be waving people down.
Waving people down. Is there a ham at your spot?
Yeah.
Car 192.
We got another
Ron
car?
Barker is here, actually.
Ooh.
They might be stopping because of something going on. Semenuk just went by on camera 1.
He took the corner a little hard and ended up in the Delta.
Oh, okay. So everybody's okay?
Looks like it.
Happy to hear that. Here's road conditions currently.
Yeah, how's it holding up? My road over here, it's got some cleaning on it. It's not rutting up at all. Too hard of a base. So did Javi leave your spot, Mark?
No, his car door is opening and Pastrana just passed by.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is he putting triangles out?
That might have been what KJ was doing. I can't see
Got it.
the corner where he went to.
Oh, mechanical.
No, I don't.
Okay.
I didn't see one yet.
Javier Oliveras and KJ Miller with the mechanical.
There you go.
Car's still engine's running, but not moving.
Maybe a tire change. Here comes Semenuk. Yes. Stephen Red, Rally 2.
Javier is out of the himself into, and KJ's getting back in. Or maybe not. Anyway. They look like they're good. I don't know if they're going to continue them.
They might be looking for a safe opening.
We have someone in the comments saying Raleigh safe is showing Leah and Javier are stopped.
Leah
Have a car.
is still in the trees, so don't trust that section. Yeah, we haven't seen Tom Williams or Pat Grushka yet. Or that who just passed by you on Wildcat 1?
Yes, I believe so. It was,
I think it would have been Tom Williams or... No, sorry, Martinez. All right, let me think. 5, 6 was Brandon. No, I'm not seeing Martinez Samsonis. I haven't seen him go by. He was supposed to be 5th car on the road. So after Seminuk, that should have been Tom Williams that would buy you then. It's always that question. Do you conserve a little bit on Wildcat? Or do you push because you know others are going to conserve?
Yeah, well, you just had Javier take off almost into another car. A little exciting. Everybody's fine. Back on the road again.
Did he go right behind them or in front of them?
He went behind him. He almost went in front of him. Fortunately, he saw them come before.
That must have been Seminuk.
It was a old car. I don't know what the number was. But.
Oh, here comes Samsonis.
and I've got a car too.
They may have moved Brandon Seminuk farther up the start order.
You're doing a great job.
Everybody's like, you did. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so that was, so you started back up.
That doesn't make sense.
Just run it and come up.
Well, maybe just swapped between Martinez and Brandon. That actually would work. Competitors are allowed to swap places at the start if they feel that they're going to be catching the car in front of them. And with how fast Brandon has been, this is Martinez's first time at this rally, I believe. So he may have allowed Brandon to start ahead of him. Especially on a longer stage like this, even with 2 minutes between cars. Brandon has that knowledge of this stage so well ingrained. You wouldn't want somebody that's their first time, even though they're in a fast car, to slow you down. Looks like Tom Williams, maybe. So the only position change we've had so far, at least from the starting, was that Martinez Samsonis has swapped places with Brandon Semenuk. So Semenuk was 5th on the road instead of 6th, and now Martinez was 6th. Now we're back to where Tom Williams is 7th. Next up should be Patrick Grushka.
I mean, it's not wrong. I think the problem. I slow down a little bit. You slow down. Oh yeah.
It could be Matt Grushka. Hyundai i20.
Someone approaching too. They're really hopping this hill here.
So did Leah Bach just go by you, Aaron?
No, that was
Seth?
the first Toyota.
Seth Quintero.
Yes. No, I don't think it was Seth. I think it was.
He says the Toyota. It's got to be Seth Quintero. Because the first one was the first car on the road.
Oh, yeah, it was Quintero. Yep.
So is Leah stopped on stage? That's possible.
I have another car now, so that was close.
So we're now where the cars are only a minute apart.
Correct.
Ooh, really wide. Hope y'all can actually see that corner pretty good. And with my eyes, I can see it well. Not sure how well it's coming through the camera.
We
I would
can
say
see
actually
it
that-
well.
The one that kind of overdid it too much the most was Brandon Semenuk. He actually almost stalled it. He went so wide. But that just shows how much he's pushing. Got cars coming thick and fast now. Aoife Raftery in the Rally 3 car. Ooh, catching up her in a hurry is that Leah Block. Did she just get back on the road after maybe a puncture? Yep. That is Leah. So I think she maybe had to pull over for some reason. Whether it's puncture, I don't know. But she's going to catch Aoife Raftery here in a real quick. The cars do have, with their rally safe units, they have a push to pass button they can do. So as they
I
get
have a
close to
car.
a car in front of them, they hit that
Got a
button
car here.
and it tells that other car to slow down and pull over.
Got some people getting caught on Wildcat 1.
A little bit of a gap here. Oh, another
Got
one
car coming my
already.
way. You should have a tight bunch there.
That is the Chimera with Matt Dickinson. So in the start order, Matt was supposed to be in front of Alistair. So I wonder if Matt had to pull over. And here comes Andy Miller, local star. Oh, stalled it. Or didn't stall it, but spun out. But he's catching a Rally 2. And Matt Dickinson's BRZ STI, it's four-wheel drive in a BRZ shell. It's a crazy build, but it's awesome. And Andy Miller was catching that. It was very cool. So next up should be Mark Piakowski. He's in a Stephen Red built NA four-wheel drive. It's what I like to call the bubble butt Subarus. I think it's a 2008 or 2010, somewhere in that area. Notice the sound of a few more RPMs in there. A couple more cylinders helps with that. Andy Miller and the car that's run by Mark Piakowski there is running the H6 swap. So even though they're naturally aspirated cars, They put the 3-liter horizontally opposed 6 in there. A little bit of a gap, but that's probably because the other is so close together. Tomorrow I'm definitely bringing my tablet so I can look at Rally Safe and or Sneak Attack Rally so I can see all the actual times. Phone won't
In
let
case
me
you
do
didn't
2
hear
things
it.
at once. So
In
rude.
case you couldn't hear it, that was Hooper.
Well, that was interesting. You got an R5, an older version of a Rally 2 versus a Rally 3. And at some point, I think Roberto Iglesias in his Rally 3 ended up passing those guys. The R5 car was, the second car was Andrei Shevchenko with Dylan Hooker as the co-driver. And it was Roberto Iglesias with Ari Mantopoulos that were in the Rally 3 that I think must have passed them somewhere between where Aaron is and where I'm at. If you are coming out to spectate this weekend, highly suggest bug spray. So Michael Hooper that went by in the Lexus IS 350. He grew up actually just in Port Angeles, but now lives in Tennessee. And found out that a Lexus would actually make a really good open two-wheel drive rally car. And they're loud as hell, and it's great.
So loud.
M3 Music. Matt Nikinen. Six Cylinders of Joy in the Woods. I know. I'd argue that Matt's car was almost loud as Hooper's. This is going to mean things. This is important. We just saw Cooper Anderson, who was seated ahead of Josh Gearman and is really, really fast. One of the fastest regionals we got, right behind Andy Miller, really. But also right in that top group of fast H6 swap drivers is Josh Gearman. And he was just right on the back of Cooper Anderson. They're 1 minute apart normally when they start. And they're only, about 15 seconds apart now. Is that because Josh ended up getting like 45 seconds on him already? That's a heck of a push he's putting on. I just got a message of a correction. It's Nikkanen. I was pronouncing Matt's last name incorrectly. Apologies. What's crazy is we're only 22 cars in.
We've had requests for more cowbells there, Mike. So
Hey, everybody, I'm getting requests on the live stream for more cowbell when the cars go by. Give us more cowbell. All right. What's that? I do not have any extras on me. But those that do have them need to all rattle at the same time. Do it for one of our hometown heroes. I think Nate Tennis is next. Come on. All right, let's give it up for Nate Tennis. Oh, wait, nope. Never mind. Phil Clark. For Phil Clark. All the cowbell for Phil. That's a heck of a backfire that car's got.
I can hear it from here.
Oh my gosh. Here comes Nate Tennis. I knew he was coming eventually. Excellent cowbell work.
Just had Madeline Tabor go by. He's getting chased.
I say it's like we've got groups of cars right now.
Yeah. Mike, it sounds like you're in combat.
I can still hear Phil Clark's backfire from here.
I felt it.
Oh, now we got dueling backfires. We got another one coming. That's Matt Brassfield's new build. Want to hear a little bit more about it? You can go back to our Park Expose live stream that we did. Talk with Matt for a little bit. So it was Maddie Tabor and Trenton Corey that went by. Maddie was in the number 209 Rally 3. Talked to her also at the Park Expo. So we haven't seen is Gabe Jacobson or Richo Healy go by.
Just had Julian Sabell go by, and he's being chased
Yeah, there's also a chase going on here.
by Campbell.
So Dan Shalev, he's one of the Peugeot 208 Rally 4 drivers, the Stellantis Cup. And I think it's Cameron Golson, I think it is. That was catching. Yeah, you really go 10, 12 miles into stage that has lots of twists and turns, suddenly people start catching each other. Proving to be a tricky corner. Look like Andrew Rivas in the cross track catching up to Julian Sabot. Julian's in a Rally 4 now, which is what we used to call R2. It's the open two-wheel drive, but factory built by Ford platform. I got just a message here wondering what stage this is. This is stage 2. They did Taylortown before this one, which is about a 6 or 7 mile stage, I think. And then this one is 18 and a half, if I remember right.
I think that's Henry that's catching. I didn't catch who was in front.
One of our very fast regionals in a 2.5 RS. Jeff Olmsted. And who went by you, Aaron? I think that was probably Tim Wickberg in front of Henry Tabor.
Yes.
He's in the BRZ.
Yes.
That's a new build, though, because it's got the 2.4 liter motor in it. So he's following from the schoolings of Chris Miller, who did that first, saw that car at Wild West. So it might be why Henry's catching him, because it's a new build and still getting used to it. I get to see Henry first, so they passed each other. I think Henry had said, "Oh, I'm just going to take it easy on the first stage, or the first loop." Meanwhile, he's passing a car. We are not even quite halfway through. Ooh, Vivian Campbell. He's in an RC2 Mitsubishi Mirage. I think that was actually Pat Grushka's old car. Well, before that, it was Art Grushka's car. Another one of our regional fast favorites in the open two-wheel drive class. We got Ryan Haynes and Rebecca Rustin in that number 936 gorgeously liveried BMW. The cars I have not seen are still Gabe Jacobson and Richo Healy. Yep, everybody else gone through. Scott and Elizabeth Crouch in their limited four-wheel drive Subaru. And apologies if I'm talking over too much of the cameras from the other locations. That was Nolan Abel that went by. And
Looks like we
I
lost
think that was
Eric.
that. What's that?
I'm back. I got disconnected.
Okay.
Didn't quite catch who that other car was. It was Nolan Abel, number 530 behind. It wasn't the BRZ, so it wasn't Sage Van Tilburg. So, and it wasn't the Mini Countryman, so it must have been Johnny Summers, number 355 Subaru, being chased by Nolan Abel, who's in a Fiesta R5. No wonder.
Here's the Mini. Got a group of 3.
Wow, you got a bunch of them in quick succession.
We're getting a slight breeze here, so the wind is clearing the dust slightly.
Car, big break. Car.
Some feisty competition in Wildcat today. Oh, here's a third. We've got another trio.
Here's a super quiet mini. Fire the Deadly. Hot. Wolfgang Heck. Don't see as many Mitsubishis anymore. And that's being caught by St. Van Tilburg. Or I think is another one that has done one of those 2.4 swaps. Look at my list here. It does not say, it just says VRZ. So maybe his is just a regular 2.0 liter. Michael Hahn and that beautiful 2.5 RS. Well, we found out what happened to Richo Healy. Ooh, wrong turn for the Mini. Somebody's learning notes.
It was quite interesting right in front of me.
Yeah. I'm guessing they just heard left and it's supposed to be right. Unless they were pulling over somebody else to go by.
Co-driver's fault.
Is it always? So what I didn't mention is the BMW went by. That was Doug Heridas. Looked like he was well on it.
I don't know who's in the black and gold Subaru, but they just took the curve, probably the best of anybody that's come through here.
Gotta
Gotta
get
be
it.
Michael Hahn.
Oh, Michael Hunt.
He's quick. And I would expect him to move up that start order tomorrow. A few spots. It's taken a bit to get the new build sorted. So last year was a lot of learning with that new build, and I think he's got it well figured out now and can push like he used to. You may remember it was 2-3 years ago. He had a really bad crash at Oregon Trail. The car flipped like 10 times, and as he put it, I think he said, created a scrapyard. Or a yard sale. Hey, what? Because some are faster and some are slower in the twisty stuff before here. Ooh. Pat Darrow. Slide the turbo brick and almost getting in the ditch. Saved it at the end. Look at those pretty skies you got there, Aaron.
Aren't they great?
Don't forget to look at the cars, though.
I hear one coming.
It is rather pretty. Some nature photographers. David Alspa. Mark Faber. Got his flashers on.
I noticed that if he went past me as well.
So David Alspa, we were at Wild West. It was kind of a shakedown event. It was a rally sprint that was out, I guess, about, a little bit southwest of here on the coast. single road, but it's an amazing flowing road. And unfortunately, he had the, I think it was a control arm that broke and the axle came out. And ended his rally early. Look at that, nicely fixed up. As the Audi Quattro back out here.
Hey, Mike, can we do a shout out to some sponsors here? Like, what spectator area is that?
This would be the Taylor Station Wildcat spectator. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. And that's why we put red tape there.
Mm.
I think that was Shandaro. He was pushing, but he just braked way too late. And I think he was maybe going to try and do a Scandinavian flick. I'm not sure, but just totally lost it. That was Mikola. Oh, I'm going to butcher this last name. I would say just Mikola. They're in a limited four-wheel drive. Travis Coley in the number 927 limited four-wheel drive WRX. I think that corner is getting a little chewed up now. Bit of a gap here. Your cars we haven't seen. I haven't seen Ryan Bofio go by. I haven't seen Romain Bailiu go by. You've seen all the others. Well, see, we're approximately 50 cars in. Out of 90, like 5, I think, started. There's Chris Miller. The first one I know of to build one of those 2.4 liter swaps in the PRZ. Those of you that know Dirtfish instructor and co-driver Richo Healy, Michelle Miller, Chris Miller is her husband. Another bit of a gap here. Now that's Eliza Coleman. She's actually a former stunt woman and now a stunt coordinator for the movies. Ryan McGrath. Now it's the IS250 version of the Lexus, the limited two-wheel drive. Not quite as much oomph to it. Not nearly as loud as Michael Hooper's either. Based on this, we're missing Charles Watson. Car number 888 should have gone by. See what we got next here. Our favorite locals. So first up was the 1981 Toyota Starlet, rear-wheel drive little hatchback that was only sold in Europe and Japan and all that stuff. Garth Ankeny is the driver of that one. He's loves the historic stuff, and we love seeing him out here in those machines. And then there was Albert Goad behind him in the car 512 in the 2.5 RS. Little Starlet is definitely lightweight, but doesn't have nearly the power, I think, of that Subaru. That's why Albert's catching him, especially from all the twisties earlier. It's more the elevation change that hits the lower powered cars than it is the turns. You can maintain momentum quite a bit in those little cars, but uphill and downhill and stuff, that can be a little bit harder. As we get farther down the start order, will take a bit longer for cars to go from one camera to the other. Because, of course, these are slower speed factors. The Nordic Motorsports Volvo with Alex Yardaval. Now Zach Lord right behind him. He's an open four-wheel drive. He was saying that he was hoping to maybe get on the podium, if not win the open four-wheel drive class in the regionals. That's a tall order, pun intended, because the guy is like 6'4". We're getting close to where the sun is adding some color. Here, who was that? This is Ben Burt. Oh, there he goes. Ethan Hunter that went by earlier. They don't always adhere to the start order that I have. Rude. Craft. Yep, 446, Lucas Challcraft. Car makes a lot of noise and spins a lot of tires. Probably should wipe my lenses a bit.
don't want to jump too far in your shot. Can I go to that?
Sure. I'm wider angle, it don't matter. Pretty good crowd here. I don't think many have left.
I have another trio of close competitors, including the Mazda Baru.
Oh yes, the Rally Banana.
There it goes, Rally Banana.
The Mazda Rally Banana. Jeff Castro. Apologies for the cough. Well, another one, Hugo's. That'd have been William Tung and Michael Shevchik in that one. Oops. Jonathan Myers. If it was based on my start list here, that means William Tung may be past Jonathan at some point. The Mazda-roo. Look at how rutted that's getting. There's Jason Engel and Nervo Plaza. Now, you saw it was a Mazda RX-7, but it did not sound like an RX-7. And that's why we call it the Mazda-roo. It's got a Subaru motor. Matt Barnes and Carl Payne in the 2004 Ford Focus. Looked like they were spinning the tires pretty good there. Getting really slippery as this is dug up. Remember, this is just the first pass. And we're 3/4 of the way through. What'll be interesting is as it gets darker and more rutted, how does that affect those top cars when they come through again in a couple hours? Drama, dun 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 dun. Somebody should sell cowbells at Spectator. They'd sell out in a hurry. Oh, that was a good corner. Well, good on. Well done. Justin Nelson and Serena Nelson in their limited four-wheel drive 2006 Subaru. I hope you guys are all enjoying, guys and gals, everybody viewing, enjoying the Kubota Olympus Rally presented by Dirtfish. Got time this weekend, come out and see us. We got other spectate areas. Who's this? Ooh, a little bit of stall. Missed a gear, maybe. Steven Kravitz, car number 442 there. Ooh. Michael Miller and Angelica Miller in their Galant GR4. Back in the day, the GR4s were a well-known rally car. Kind of a predecessor to the Evo. Similar to how the Subaru Legacy was the predecessor to all the Imprezas.
Aaron needed to move, so he's off for a moment.
We're still got what, a good 25 cars left. Not unusual to have a bit of a gap when there's cars maybe from a previous stage or another spot in this stage where they've just pulled over to a mechanical or otherwise missing. I've not yet seen Dave Hintz go by. And Stefan Kravitz, I don't know if we saw him. All right, next car. Ooh, took it wide. Beluga nose here. Kenny Copeland, car 620. There's the second one. And it was Kravitz in the car before that. Definitely feel the temps dropping out here.
Oh no, we lost Mike.
Just missed Steve Greer going by. Sorry. I literally was just clearing a message on my phone and it went out of Chrome and dropped the signal. My bad. Eric Zabala of State Farm. One of our many rally supporters. We like Eric from State Farm. We've got actually a bit of a insurance battle going on here. Because one of the other competitors, that's going to be their first ever rally, is Garrett Brown in a Mini Cooper Countryman that he's built into a rally car. And he's friends with Eric Zabala, but he's with Farmers Insurance. So we've got Battle the Insurance going on this weekend. Was just seeing a notification come through that stage 3 is canceled. And cars will be coming to stage 4 of Wildcat, the second running. Alan Dorman in a 2001 Mustang. That was pretty cool. Anyways, they will be running Wildcat a second time, but they're going to add an extra minute between every car. Now, why would they do that? Well, because it's dried out and there's more dust, and they're going to have their lights on, it gets to the point of being dangerous. Finding a different spot there, Aaron?
Yes, much better.
Number 402, Michael George and Tyler Valema. They're in the regional limited four-wheel drive class.
We got a pretty big gap here now,
In the
Mike.
ditch! In the ditch! Karen Jankowski. So number 709 was Christoph Steinhagen. Probably Hagen. There we go. I'm bad with words today. Sorry, folks. And then Karen Jakowski was right behind him. Christoph really almost hit it into the ditch, got stuck. That'd be a little bit harder if it was two-wheel drive. Steinhagen's Audi i80 or just 80? Sorry, Audi 80 Quattro. Feeling we're going to have cars stacked up again. Comes Jacob Sturgeon. And a car named Devastator. Ron Barnett, car number 48. Another one of those Lexus IS 250s in limited two-wheel drive class. I haven't explained it before. The limited two-wheel drive is the closest to kind of a stock class as we've got. The Golf. Golf used to be hugely popular back in the 90s. Ooh, we have a stall. Got it started again. Backing it up. Noah and Robert Withy. Their 2000 Ford Focus. Stalled it out at the apex there. One thing that's tough about these cars is that once you shut them off, they don't like start again. So it could take them a little bit to get them going. Car number 727, that's Zach Arnold. And Jack Kuez. Those are a couple of kids actually from Oregon State University. They've started a rally club down there. And one of their projects, of course, to build and race a car and kind of build a rally community down there in Corvallis. So we got a whole bunch of volunteers and stuff coming up here from there, which is great. We can never have too many volunteers. Ryan Miller and Cindy Carlson in the BMW there. We're about 85, 90 cars deep at this point. We should only have about 10 left. Normally I like to hear what's going on with the radio, but the frequency that I had written down was not the right one for the stage. It must not be. So, turned it on, did not hear a thing. I think the other reason for the dust minute is the fact that we've got sunset. It's almost as bad as being in fog with the dust. Lyle G and Elizabeth Austin. Quite a few BMWs. Once again, we're at the Taylor Station spectator area. If you've not been to Taylor Station before, the little restaurant and lounge right there in just past Little Creek Casino, in the area where you kind of slow down to 50 miles an hour. Or you're slowing down
Great
anyways, you might
breakfast.
as well pull in, right?
Yeah, have a great breakfast
Went
while
there
you're
for,
at it.
I was going to say, the breakfast we had there the other day, fantastic. Highly recommend. Of course, they do lunch and dinner as well, and they're famous, of course, as a lot of things in this area, is famous for their oysters.
And razor clams.
And razor clams, yes. Apparently one of the few places that still does razor clams. Anthony Johnson, I think, in the 318 Ti. Wrong. Sorry, it's Corbin Grunwald. I'm getting glare from these in my eyes from these headlights, and there's a 318i and then the 318 Ti that was farther down the list. So I looked at the wrong name. There's Anthony Johnson in the 318i. For the rear-wheel drive cars, it's really slippery getting on the gas again after making that corner. It just turned to driving on marbles over there.
Uh-oh.
So got a few more on course.
Looks like we got a push to pass situation going on here too. I see Wildcats back. Here's the Geo Metro for the people that were waiting for it.
It still runs.
Sponsored by Pepto-Bismol.
All sound and fury signifying nothing.
Yes.
I think it's got a beefy turbo in it, though. It's kind of funny how it sounds.
More sound than fury.
Definitely smoother on the throttle. .485 Craig Evans and Ashley Commodore and a WRX. Didn't get a chance to talk to them yet. I wonder if this is their first rally. .808 Jordan Warley, or Worley, I should say. Number 358, Kevin Sheldon. And Arthur Hedderly Smith. I did talk to them for a little bit. Yesterday, I caught them in the service park, and it's their first ever rally.
I have the insurance Mini Cooper. Trekking along.
That would be Garrett Brown. That's his first rally, too.
Do we have a student driver sticker ready?
Are you supposed to have that for your first ever rally? The Pepto-Bismol car! Look at how everybody gets excited about it. Hilarious. We've got a bulletin here just to double check what they're saying. Oh, Stage 3 Taylortown is so Stage 3 is officially canceled,
Bummer.
and one additional will be assigned at the start of Stage 4, so the second running of this Wildcat stage. Oh, the Mini Countryman. In fact, a really pretty build. Driver said he came from a drifting background. This is his first ever stage rally. That's Garrett Brown and Felicia Killman. Bum ba bum bum. It would make sense they were moved farther down the start in their first ever rally. That may be close to our last car. Now, how do we know it's our last car? Our last car will see the sweep vehicle go by.
I just had sweep. So it should be.
Did
shortly.
S98 just go by?
Yes.
Okay. S98 is our safety sweep. They follow right behind the last car. Yeah, you got a cowbell. I got like a dozen of them at home. They don't do me any good here. What's that? I don't know. Are you? All right, here comes our safety sweep. Come on, keep it on the road, Ian.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
When are we restarting the stage?
I did not get a correction on the start time. So they may be starting at the exact same time they were before, just with skipping the other stage.
Okay.
The bulletin just said that they're going to add an extra minute and skip the other one. I did not see an updated start time.
Oh, just had Garrett come by.
Yep. Garrett's the last car. Competition car.
Okay. All right, so maybe do a little bit more when we start till it goes dark.
Yeah, so we'll have a little bit of a break here. I got to charge some things, warm myself up, and grab a granola bar or something.
Yep.
The snack of champions when you're out in the rallies, right?
Yep. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we still have about 150 or so. We will take a break in that, and then we will come back and restart the live stream here as soon as we know more about the start. So, watch for additional. Make sure you're subscribed so you'll see it when it comes up. Yep. They say
And this has
cowbell
been,
and granola bars. There you go.
Yeah. Well, this has been Mike Shaw. You got Aaron England on Wildcat 1. You got Mark Morgan at Wildcat 3. And we're here at the Taylor Station Wildcat Spectator. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back later.
Sounds good. Out there.
We're here with Stephanie, the owner of the Taylor Station Restaurant and Lounge, one of the sponsors of the Kubota Olympus Rally presented by Dirtfish. Stephanie, tell us a little bit about your restaurant.
Well, we are located on 101 on the way to Shelton. We are a diner and we do breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well, I, for one, let's talk about food, because you
Okay.
do some great food here. I, for one, can vouch for the breakfast hash. Amazing.
Thank you.
What is your personal favorite?
I go back and forth between the corned beef hash and the chicken fried steak.
Excellent choice. What's your most popular item, though?
Chicken fried steak.
Chicken
For
fried
breakfast,
steak.
yeah,
All right, for
sure,
breakfast.
For sure.
And of course, you also do lunch and dinner.
Yes, we do. We're one of the only restaurants in Washington that does razor clams for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and we also do oysters, hand breaded and pan fried oysters for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Well, thank you for being one of the supporters of the Kubota Olympus Rally presented by Dirtfish.
Thank you.